me ask you something. What happens when you're not around? What happens when you walk out of the room, step away from the job, or leave a relationship? Do people feel your absence like a missing piece of the puzzle, or does life just move on without a ripple? Listen, your absence has power. It has meaning. But the question is, what kind of meaning are you creating? You see, the value of your absence is built entirely on the impact of your presence. When you're in a room, when you're with your team, your family, your community, what energy are you bringing? Are you someone who inspires others, who lifts them up, who challenges them to be better? Or are you the kind of person people feel relieved to see go? Because here's the truth, your absence is a reflection of how you've shown up in life. Think about this. Every single day you're making choices. Choices about how you treat people, how you pursue your goals, and how you handle challenges. Those choices determine whether, when you're gone, you're missed or forgotten. I want you to imagine this. You walk away from your job, your friends, your family. What will they say about you? Will they say, man, things were better when they were here, or will they say, good riddance? That's not just a question about today. It's a question about the legacy you're building every single moment of your life. Your absence isn't just about being missed. It's about being remembered. And not just remembered for existing, but for the way you made people feel, the value you brought, and the lives you impacted. So what are you building right now? Are you building trust? Are you building love? Are you building a reputation for excellence, kindness, and courage? Or are you just coasting, waiting for life to hand you something? Because let me tell you something, life doesn't hand out value, you create it. Here's the deal, your absence teaches people what your presence meant. When you step away, you give them the space to feel it. And if you've shown up with passion, authenticity, and purpose, they're going to miss you. But if you've held back, played small, or taken people for granted, they'll move on. So starting today, decide what kind of absence you want to leave behind. Show up with everything you've got. Give your best. Love deeply, work hard, and bring your unique energy into everything you do. Because when you're not there, the mark you leave is all that remains. Make it count. Your absence is your mirror. Your absence reflects what your presence truly meant. Think about it when you step away from a situation, whether it's your job, a relationship, or even a room, people's reactions act as a mirror of the value you brought. Did you create inspiration, love, and growth, or did you leave behind indifference or even relief? This is life giving you feedback. It's a reality check. Your absence holds up a mirror to the energy, effort, and passion you invested while you were there. If you don't like what you see, it's not too late to change it. Show up today as the best version of yourself, so when you're gone, the world feels your impact and misses your presence. Presence defines absence. The weight of your absence is directly tied to the quality of your presence. Think about this, the way you show up in life, the energy you bring, the contributions you make, these are the things that define how much you'll be missed when you're not there. If you're just coasting through, being average, or giving the bare minimum, then your absence won't create a ripple. People might not even notice you're gone, but if you show up with passion, with intention, with a commitment to excellence, then your absence will be felt deeply. People will talk about what's missing and they'll wish they had more of you. This is why every moment matters. How you interact with your team, your family, and your friends today sets the stage for how they'll remember you tomorrow. Are you leaving people better than you found them? Are you building relationships and moments that people value? Because if you're not present with purpose, your absence won't carry any meaning. You have the power to define what your absence will mean. Bring your best energy. Add value. Be the kind of person people talk about when you're not in the room, not because you're loud, but because you're unforgettable. Remember, your absence will only matter if your presence did. Legacy is built daily. Your legacy isn't some grand achievement waiting for you at the end of your life. It's built in the small, consistent actions you take every single day. The way you treat people, the passion you bring to your work, the energy you pour into your relationships, that's what shapes how people remember you when you're gone. Think about it, every conversation you have, every choice you make, every challenge you face is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. Are you building something strong, something meaningful, something people will admire and respect when you're not there? Or are you letting moments slip by, leaving behind a foundation that crumbles in your absence? Legacy isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, giving your best, and living in a way that reflects your values. It's about leaving people better than you found them, creating moments they'll remember, and inspiring others to do the same. The truth is, your legacy isn't built in a day, but it's built every day. If you wait for some big moment to make an impact, you'll miss all the opportunities right in front of you. Start today. Be intentional. Build a legacy so powerful that when you're gone, people will feel your absence, not just because you were there, but because of the difference you made. Absence teaches value. Sometimes people don't truly understand the value you bring until you step away. Your absence has a way of teaching lessons your presence couldn't. It's like the air we breathe. We don't think about it until it's gone. But when it's gone, we feel it immediately. When you're present, your contributions, kindness, and effort can blend into the background of everyday life. But when you're absent, people are forced to confront the truth. Did you bring positivity, growth, and solutions? Or did you leave behind problems, tension, and chaos? Your absence creates a space that reveals the reality of what you left behind. This isn't just about how others perceive you, it's about the mark you choose to leave. When you're no longer in the room, do people say we missed the energy, the insight, the care they brought? Or do they move on as if nothing's changed? Use your absence as a silent teacher. Let it reflect the value of your presence. Show up in such a way that when you're not there, people feel the difference not because of the emptiness, but because of the impact you made. Every action you take, every interaction you have is your opportunity to teach others the true value of what you bring. Energy leaves a mark. Everywhere you go, you bring energy. It's your invisible signature, a force that people feel even when they don't consciously notice it. But here's the truth, the energy you bring defines the mark you leave behind when you're gone. Are you the kind of person who walks into a room and makes it brighter, more inspired, more alive, or do you drain the room, leaving people feeling heavy, uncertain, or unmotivated? Your energy doesn't just impact the moment it lingers. It's what people remember about you. When you're not there, your energy is what people feel in the silence. It determines whether your absence creates a sense of loss or relief. Think about that, your energy is your legacy in motion. If you're bringing positivity, courage, and strength to the people and situations around you, they'll crave that energy when you're not there. But if you're bringing negativity or indifference, your absence will be a relief. You have the power to shape the energy you carry, make it uplifting, make it inspiring. Be the person who walks into every situation with a commitment to leaving it better than you found it. Because when your energy leaves a mark, your absence will echo with the value of your presence. Absence is a test of impact. Here's the truth, if your absence doesn't change anything, your presence didn't either. Think about it when you step away, whether from a conversation, a job, or a relationship, the void you leave behind is the ultimate test of the impact you made. Does everything keep running as if you were never there? Or do people notice? Do they feel a shift, a sense that something valuable is missing? That's the measure of the impact you've had. It's not about being indispensable, it's about being influential. This isn't a moment to feel bad about where you stand, it's an invitation to rise. If your absence isn't felt, it's a wake-up call to start showing up differently, bring more energy. Add more value. Be the person who contributes ideas, solutions, and positivity wherever they go. Your presence should create ripples, and your absence should remind people of how those ripples made their lives better. Life will test you, but your absence will test the legacy you're building every single day. Make it so powerful, so impactful that when you're not there, the world feels the difference. Relationships are mirrors. Your relationships are a mirror to the life you're living. They reflect not just who you are, but how you show up in the world. When you're present, your energy, your actions, and your love create a bond. But when you're absent, that bond is tested. It's in those moments that the true value of your connection is revealed. Ask yourself when you're not around, what do people say? Do they feel the loss of your care, your support, your commitment, or do they simply move on unaffected by your absence? Relationships aren't about taking, they're about giving. They're about showing up with love, trust, and understanding, creating connections that run deep. If you've built strong relationships, your absence will be felt deeply because you've poured value into them. You've been there for others in ways that can't be replaced. But if you've been distant, if you've neglected those relationships, your absence will show the cracks. Your relationships are an investment in the future. They reflect the energy you put into them today. So show up for the people who matter. Nurture those connections with care. And when you step away, your absence will speak volumes about the love and respect you cultivated. Make it count. Absence creates space for reflection. When you're not there, people are forced to pause and reflect. Your absence is like a blank canvas that allows them to see clearly what you brought to their lives. It gives them space to think about your contributions, your impact, and how much you really meant. This is where the real power lies. In your absence, people have the opportunity to understand the value you added. Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone, and when you step away, that's when others truly evaluate what you left behind. But here's the twist. How do you want them to reflect? Do you want them to look back and think, wow, they made my life better? Or do you want them to feel relieved that you're no longer there? Your absence reveals the true essence of the relationship, the work, or the impact you've had. It's a reminder to live with purpose, to show up with intention, to give people a reason to feel your absence deeply. When you're there, make every moment count, and when you're not, let that space speak volumes about the difference you made. The silence in your absence is a powerful teacher. It creates an opportunity for others to reflect on what you gave them and how much they valued it. So make sure that when you're not around, people can't help but reflect on the lasting positive impact you had. Be missed, not forgotten. You don't want to just exist in the lives of others, you want to matter. The real question is, when you're no longer around, will you be missed, or will you simply fade away as if you were never there? Being missed is about leaving an imprint on people's hearts, minds, and lives. It's about making such a profound difference that your absence is not just noticed, but felt. It's a testament to the value you've brought, the energy you've shared, and the connections you've made. Ask yourself this: what am I doing today to ensure I leave something meaningful behind? Am I showing up with love, with dedication, with passion? Because the truth is, the more you give, the more you'll be remembered. When you're truly present, when you bring your best self, you create an impact that's undeniable. But being missed doesn't happen by accident. It happens through intention. When you care deeply, when you invest in others, when you give from a place of abundance, people will not just notice when you're gone, they will feel the gap. So live in such a way that when you're no longer in a room, the space you leave behind is filled with the echo of your contributions, your kindness, and your impact. Make sure that in your absence, people don't just remember you, they miss you. Live to leave a legacy. Every day is an opportunity to build the legacy you want to leave behind. The way you show up, the way you treat people, the impact you make, it all contributes to the story others will tell about you when you're no longer around. Your legacy isn't something that magically appears when you're gone. It's something you create with every decision, every reaction, and every relationship you nurture along the way. A legacy is not about wealth or fame. It's about the impact you have on others, the way you inspire, support, and lift people up. It's about how you made them feel, the lessons you taught them, and the examples you set. A true legacy is built on the small, everyday moments where you choose to show up as your best self. Think about the legacy you're building right now. Will people remember you for your generosity, your resilience, your kindness, or will they remember you for your indifference, your missed opportunities, or your lack of presence? You can shape your legacy with every action you take today. When you live with purpose, when you show up with intention, and when you give with authenticity, you are creating something that will outlive you. Start today. Live in a way that when you're gone, your legacy continues to inspire, uplift, and transform. Let the mark you leave behind be a reminder of your character, your dedication, and your love for others. Make sure that when you step away, your legacy doesn't just fade away, it lives on, growing and impacting the world in ways you may never fully see.